Sometimes knowing how long the piece of rod to go in between your mount and your hanger can be really confusing. But today we're going to show you how to do this, because if you learn to do it the right way, it's really not that confusing. You get an elevation BOP, bottom of pipe. Now, to some people that means bottom of insulation. To some it means bottom of pipe. To some it means the inside flow level of the bottom of the pipe. So today we're going to use exact BOP, bottom surface of the pipe. The reason we're going to do that is just so you understand. But make sure that when you're looking at your drawings or you're talking to your boss, you ask them, hey, BOP, is that inside flow line? Is that bottom of pipe? Or is that bottom of insulation? And make sure that everybody's on the same page. So let's jump in here and figure this out, and let's do it now. So let's start out here. First of all, this is a bolt closed conduit pipe clamp. Now, these are great because you can either mount these to a piece of unistrut or actually the bottom of a stud, anything like that. Now, depending on what you mount it on, you may not have any adjustment. If you're mounting on the bottom of a stud or a ceiling or even a wall, you'll know your BOP because you're going to measure off the floor, and that's pretty easy. You just measure there and mount it. But a lot of these things that there's really no way to adjust this unless you're on a ceiling flange and a rod. And then what you're going to do, you're going to lick this bottom inside edge right here, because that's going to be your pipe if this is hanging from above. Now this has got a hole where you could get a 1/4 inch rod in here. So what you want to think about is looking at where your ceiling flange is going to be, and we'll just lean that right over here. We'll say that the edge of this is the ceiling. And you know that from the floor to the ceiling, and we'll call that right there the ceiling, 10 feet. All right? So we're going to look at this. How would we set it if the pipe was at, say, 8 foot bottom of pipe? So we're going to make it real easy to begin with. So what we would do is we would say, okay, if this is 10 feet, we know that we want the bottom inside edge of this at 8 feet. So that's just simple math. That's an easy 2 foot drop from the ceiling. So what we're going to do is come down and put the inside edge of the clamp right there at 2 feet. All right. Well, once we do that, we've got everything straight. It's real easy to see that, number one, I want my all thread to go all the way up to the ceiling, and then I'll put a nut on it to tighten it up. If this is at 2 foot, if you look at the tape measure right here, I can see I probably need to cut my rod somewhere between 22 1/4 and 22 1/2. Now I'm going to go the half because that's still going to be where I'm not going to touch the pipe on the inside, maybe even 22 3/8. But now when I cut that rod and put that in, I know that my bottom of pipe is going to be exactly 2 feet below my 10 foot ceiling, which is going to give me an 8 foot BOP. Now, as plumbers, we don't deal with these. So I'm going to set this one out of the way because I want to get into, number one, some different things. You've got these ceiling flanges. Now, these are ceiling flanges. They're also wall flanges, but you can mount these either to the bottom of a stud or to a stud on a wall. You've got 2 screws here where you can really secure it tight. Then you're going to bring your rod out. I want to go ahead and take a 3/8 inch nut and run it down a little bit. The reason being, once I put this in, I want to have this nut as a backup. And as you see, I'm going almost all the way in. I cut my rod to go all the way up to the ceiling. So then what I would do is just tighten that nut up. The reason being, now the rod doesn't turn. So as I'm adjusting this down here, I don't have to worry about the rod unscrewing at the top or anything like this. And if it's a building that maybe has a little bit of movement to it, this isn't just going to come loose and this pipe eventually drop and maybe put too much of a load on the other hangers. So we know where the rod goes in. We know how it goes in. Now, as I go towards the clevis hanger, sometimes getting the nut started on an all thread isn't easy to do because you've got these little cuts on it. It's always nice if you have one just to see if you can kind of peel it off just a little bit. It'll help that nut get started a little bit easier. But when you're ready to put the hanger on, you're going to run the nut up, put a flat washer on it, put your hanger in, put another washer on it, and then your last nut. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like to set my top nut where the bottom of my rod is going to be right in the middle of this. And I'm showing this to you now for a reason. If I've got it set just like this, right in the middle, if the floor is off or if the ceiling's off or anything like that, I've got room that I could move this up as much as probably 1/4 to 1/2 inch or down as much as 1/2 inch. So that gives me a little bit of adjustment here because the world isn't perfectly level. So you want to be able to give yourself a little bit of space here. But now that we know how to do this, let's look at that same elevation if we were to do that for a clevis hanger here. So I'm going to leave the rod on there just because I've already got it. And say, okay, if I came down to 2 feet, bottom of pipe right there, which that would put it right inside of here. Now, I'm assuming I'm putting pipe in with no insulation. If I needed to put insulation in, I would allow extra room for the wall thickness of the insulation and to make sure that my hanger could support it and carry it. So right now we're looking at 1.5 inch hanger. So I'm assuming we're hanging 1.5 inch steel pipe. I'm going to set that at 24 inches, just like we're trying to do. And if I look right dead center where I want my pipe or where I want my rod, I'm looking at about 21 1/8 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this. So now I've got it done. The end of it looks pretty good. Now we're making this easy just to show you how to do it. So when we get this done and put together, and I've got it lined up about in the middle where I try to put it, it should be right at 24 inches from the end of the ceiling flange to what would be bottom of pipe. And as you see, that's right where we're at. Now, there's different ways to do this. What if we were trying to do a big takeoff for a job to where we're trying to order enough all thread to get it in? Let's come back here to the drawing board and I'll show you how I would look at it. And then we'll talk about some of these other ones and things that you can do to figure out what to do there. So say we've got a ceiling right here and we're gonna, again, use the 10 feet to make it easy to do the math right now. But you've got a 10-foot ceiling. And let's say, again, we're looking for an 8-foot bottom of pipe. Well, if I'm doing this on paper, trying to get ready to do a job, I don't have everything here with me, but I can get online and look and get the dimensions of my clevis hanger. So what I would do then is I would pull my dimensions. I've got 3 inches from the bottom of the pipe to center where I'd want to be. So now, if my bottom of pipe is going to be right here at 8 foot, and I've got 3 inches from BOP to where I want the bottom of my rod, now I need to do the math from 10 foot to 21 inches down because I want this to be 24 inches down. So I know that with my clevis, where I want to be right here is 3 inches above here. So you take your 24 inches minus the 3 inches, means I need 21 inches of rod for every hanger that I'm going to put in. Now, just to double check that, let's come back and look at this rod. And we see that it is right at 21 inches. So I did this 2 different ways. And I did this to show you this is how you figure things out. Now, what if you're using a riser clamp where you're hanging 2 rods for your riser clamp? Well, it's about the exact same thing. All you need to know is figure out what is the difference between the bottom of a pipe and where you want the bottom of your all thread. And what I like to do here is squeeze these together and say, okay, if my all thread ended in dead center, I've got about 2 inches. We know that it's going to be more than that. For the riser clamps, it's a little bit different. Number one, you're going to have 2 rods. You're going to have a rod for each side. And what you can do is go from your center to your bottom and realize you need another 2 1/4 to center. But if you go from your bottom up, If you'll only come up about an inch, that'll give you enough to go through here and tighten this up. Now there's different ways to do this. If you've got pipe going up and down you're trying to support, you can literally have your rod go right down through the sides right here. Just like that, where the washer will hold it. That way you're holding it so it may come up and turn. If you're running your pipe horizontal, and if I was hanging this, what I would do is screw a nut and washer on here, stick it through, screw a nut and washer on the bottom, and then I can adjust it right where I need to do it. So that's how to do clevis, and that's how to do riser clamps. So you're doing an inverted line where you're hanging a bunch of stainless lines or something. It's about the same. You're gonna look at where you want your 24 inches, and you're gonna come up and say, okay, if I need an inch below this to get my washer, to get whatever I need done there, now you're looking at 22 3/4 inches to give you a full inch for your washer and your nut to tighten it up. We've talked about the beam clamps, we've talked about anchors, we've talked about ceiling flanges. Man, we've talked about just about all of it. The other thing is the standoff like this. Again, say we wanted 8-foot bottom of pipe. We know that we've got to come 2 feet from the ceiling. So what we would do is come down to 2 feet, put it right on the hanger, and understand that our rod here needs to be 23 inches long. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And literally, if you've just got a floor elevation and you're pulling everything off the floor, it's just inverted. You would literally come up and say, okay, if I want to go up to 8 feet and add 3 inches, now you can measure from the ceiling and know that your difference. There's a lot of different ways to do anchors. Figuring it out on paper in advance is always a great way to start. The reason being is you've got it there. But also, I do like to line everything up, put it together like it's going to be. I know a washer goes right there, and double check it. Now, your main considerations in this whole thing are what type anchors are you using? What type hangers are you using? And the BOP. Is it really the bottom of pipe or is it the bottom of insulation? And make sure you understand that before you get started. Because if you've got to go through and change your hangers because you didn't allow 2 inches for insulation, now you've got to cut longer rods to go use bigger hangers to go around that insulation. Make sure you understand all the variables, all the factors before you get started. And if you do that, getting your pipe at the right elevation is an easy thing to do every single time.